doing um, bit of a late walkthrough, or not really a walkthrough, more of a recap of what's going on in my life right now. Um, Good news is everything is doing better. I'm actually healing pretty good, so that's the good news. Before I go any further, please do me a favor, like, subscribe, and comment down below. It definitely helps the channel, and thank you very much for helping me out in one of the most stressful days of my life. Thank you, appreciate that, and I sincerely do appreciate it. That's one side. The other side is I got into a show, and yes, folks, I'm going to be talking about something I've been watching, and the reason why I want to bring it up, it brings up a few points that I feel, mind you, to touch on. So don't expect me to be explaining the whole thing, because if you watch it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. Anyway, so it basically explains. It's a show called The Darwin Incident. If you guys don't know what that means, if you guys don't know what Darwinism is, it's basically the belief. It's a scientist that believed that we came from apes, and we basically started evolving from that. And quite frankly, guys, there is actually evidence against it. To be honest, yes, we have similarities to apes, and I'm gonna be honest, guys. That, you know what they say, that we have 1%. The difference between us is 1%. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm pretty sure on certain people, the distinction isn't that high. Damn. There are people out there that are just they devolved. Is what I'm saying. Anyway, so do me a favor, and again, like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. Um, and well, anyway, so the Darwin incident is basically based on a show. It's not really based. It's a show that had a very dark fathom to it. It was very interesting, and the main character is a kid named Charlie, and I'm pretty sure there's evidence in the actual world. And if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, hey, how's it going? Thank you very much for checking out my videos. Do me a favor, like and subscribe. It definitely helps the channel. Anyway, like I was saying, so I'm talking about a show called The Darwin Incident. If you guys have never seen anything, check it out on Amazon Prime. My recommendation. It's about a show I've been watching. Like I said, it's about a show called The Darwin Incident, and it's about a boy and his basically mark on the world. And the boy, here's the thing, here's a very unique child. This boy um, is half chimpanzee, half human. And if you guys are wondering how that works, well, apparently a scientist basically did the old, gene splice into an actual uh, chimpanzee female that apparently was so intelligent that they actually were. No, boy, do I wish. Anyway, um, like I was saying, the show was an interesting show, and like I said, the main concept was there was a lot of controversy in this series because the main character is his very existence is on the teetering side of what is humanity. And I always thought to myself, that's an interesting thought process. So they go into the series. The more episodes they have, the more aspects of this character was deep. It was it was a chip boy that wanted just to have a normal life. His family basically they touched on a lot of subjects that a lot of people think controversy. Personally, I don't think they're controversial. People do. I don't. See, now here's ones: animal rights, rights in general, whether or not people should go into veganism or not. Well, they make references to all this, right? And main character is basically vegan. And mind you, here's the thing: it has nothing to do with anything more than just, hey, I'm used to it, whatever. Literally, that is his entire attitude for most everything in the series. It's just basically he grows attached to the people in around him, not in the way you think, like he tears up or anything. No, he is very unique in the sense where he you could tell he cares about them because he interacts with them with actual love, which is amazing, but not in the sense that you and me perceive said action, you know. He talks to them, he doesn't laugh or anything, but he talks to them. He makes it very matter of fact, like for instance, there's a scene in the story, mind you, these are characteristics of very high, and I do my high like up here, like 900, like over 9,000 high IQ, but with autism. That's how I am noticing this kid. He knows what's going on. He perceives it being the reality, but for some weird reason, he has a disconnect to said reality. Like for instance, he's having a conversation about it was more of emotional pain and things like that. It's not that he wasn't empathetic, it's just for him it doesn't, it's like he feels it, but like he has a disconnect of whether he actually feels it. Another case in point in the series, at 5 years old, there was an incident that almost got people killed because some kids decided to be kids, right? And it wound up having 7 officers hurt, not killed or anything, just really hurt. Here's the thing: the child at 5 years old, mind you, this hybrid chimpanzee human hybrid had the skill and the strength of a full-fledged chimpanzee at 5 years old. You and me both know that at 5 you do not have that kind of control. You do not. And this kid, Charlie, um, experienced a lack of control. Things happened. Long story short, that happened, and to him, it happened, but it never really affected him. It's not that he didn't feel anything for it. I mean, he obviously did, but to him, it was ancient history. He felt it in the moment and then let it go. Yeah, you would think that that is part of his strength, but ladies and gentlemen, it's not the fact that he's strong. It's the fact that he experiences things in a different kind of black and white kind of factor. He sees it, he perceives it, he knows what's going on, but he doesn't overreact like most people do. Again, there's a disconnect. He knows it's going on. Logically, he knows what's going on. He knows everything that is happening. He knows it's bad. He shouldn't be doing things like this, but he does it, or he has to do it because a the situation it calls for it, or people around him need him to do what he did. Like for instance, a girl goes up a tree, and again, these are all situations in the series where the main character goes into certain situations, and it puts in a very interesting fact of how do we perceive us as humanity, and this is what I'm talking about right here on this video. How do we perceive humanity? And this show actually gives you a bit of a interesting look in how we perceive humanity. Another good example, like I was saying, a girl, and he's, mind you, he's in high school at this point. Um, he sees what's going on. He looks outside, and this girl is climbing a tree, and unfortunately, the tree branch snaps. She's about to fall. Him reacting, he doesn't do anything, but he reacts. Well, somebody down there has to. Now, mind you, I love the series because I'm starting to get into it because, like I said, it gives you. And to answer your question, guys, if you guys were having that question, yes, he does. He he snaps into action. If you want to know more, check out the series. It's called Darwin Incidents. If you want to see more of it, I know I'm talking a lot about the show, but it does put in a lot of concepts of. Um, Now, if you guys are wondering how I'm attributing that to my own beliefs, well, folks, my beliefs are basically personified in these in this series. In the sense of I feel like this kid is a kid. He's just different. A lot of people trying to put a lot of labels, whether or not he's a. There was one where he gets in trouble to the point where the officers basically treat him like an object, and they're basically doing nothing to help this kid. And yes, I'm calling him a kid because that's what he is. He is a child. He has a lot of issues. He has to, he has to deal with them. But all in all, he's doing nothing to personify evil or anything. He's just doing what he needs to do to survive. He's handling himself. He keeps it to himself. He's not doing any harm to anybody. So again, let the kid live his life. He's always thinking, outside the box, but nothing against anybody particularly. Like the only time he ever really reacts is if somebody reacts to him. And even then, it doesn't take any further than somebody doesn't like him. And there was even points where a bully is trying to basically get him to react, and there's Charlie going, eh. So, there was a concept of, do you think that veganism is the perfect lifestyle? And he goes, it works for me, so whatever. It's like, would you eat meat? And it's like, I could. That doesn't mean I won't. Well, I like what I like, and it is what it is. It's just how I live. It has nothing to do with the fact that I can't eat meat. It's just I don't see any point of changing my routine now. I I could if I wanted to. Hell, I could if I had to. But do I need to right now? No. And if you don't like it, well, I don't know what to tell you. And that was basically his reaction, his concept. And I feel like I felt that. I'm like, damn, bars, kid, bars. Because if you don't like someone's way of life, that is none of your business. If it's not hurting them or it's not hurting yourself, leave it alone. If it is, well, there's ways to make sure that it doesn't continue. You don't have to tell them anything. Tell someone that there are methods, guys. There are methods, and all I'm saying is, guys, this series puts a perspective in a lot of concepts like legal. Believe it or not, folks, it actually. I'm pretty sure if you look into history, there has been case scenarios of this exact thing happening. Something not exactly hybrids or anything, but I'm pretty sure there has been case scenarios at least mirroring this same issue, whether or not an animal is worth rights or you know there's probably case scenarios where animal law, the fact that there's animal law, ladies and gentlemen, there's actual law involving animals. A lot of them, yeah, they're ambiguous depending on states and countries, but again, the fact that there is such a case studies and things like that, it makes you think, doesn't it? Anyway, all I'm telling you guys is sometimes it's really depending on how you feel about the situation. Um, if people ask me if I'm a vegan, or trust me, guys, hey, look at me. Do I look like a vegan? Second, even if I was, I'm not. I am omnivore. I love eating fruit. I love, and don't make fruit jokes, please don't. I already made them myself. Don't worry. I love eating vegetables, fruit. I love eating carne asada. I love when I go to a Mexican restaurant and they have decent carne asada, which is Spanish for grilled meat, grilled beef. I love that shit. It's good shit. Put a little lemon and a little avocado, guacamole on that. Bam. Mm, I love that shit. But that doesn't mean I don't go and see, hey, let's see, fruit salad. Ooh, fruit salad, put a little yogurt on top, and please, no sex jokes. Please. I've already made them in my head. And put a little, like, peanuts on that. Hell yeah, eat. I'll gobble that up. Shit. I just had a salad. I know, that's surprising. I'm surprised myself. Point is, it really depends on your point of view. I don't demonetize people for loving uh, alternative foods. If you're a vegan, be vegan. If you're a vegetarian, do it. I don't care. That's cool. If you're trying to tell me that I am a murderer for eating Bessie out back, ladies and gentlemen, yikes. The fact that you have to tell me that I gotta do things your way. If you're gonna hit me with I gotta do things your way, just because you can't stand the fact that I eat meat, why do I need to meet? It's like, well, beef is murder. I'm like, really? And so beef and chicken and fish are the only ways humans brutize animals. Is that right? And if your question and your answer is yes, that's the only way. Not true. That's bullshit, and you know it. No, it's not kryptonite. Nth metal. But anyway, um, by the way, the name is Candor. And if you get the reference, awesome. If you don't, well, whatever. Anyway, all I'm saying on this video is basically if you are out there and you are telling people that you need to do it your way, ladies and gentlemen, that is totalitarianism. Is basically what I'm saying is you're trying to create a dictatorship that you control, ladies and gentlemen. We're trying to go into a society where you can eat whatever the fuck you want, makes you happy, whatever. Do whatever the hell you want. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, guys. If you want to be vegan, be vegan. If you want to be vegetarian, be vegetarian. If you want to be a fruitarian, go for it. I don't care. If you want to be go on keto for the rest of your life, go for it. It's fine. Again, for me, I I I consume anything that I choose, whether it's healthy or not. Again, I've look at me. Do I look like I eat nothing but vegetarian vegetables? Come on, guys. I eat vegetables. I eat fruit. I eat carne, chicken, sometimes fish. Depends on my mood. And I'm not letting anybody out there telling me that I gotta do it their way because, well, little Fido, he looks scared when when his master eats beef. Are you kidding me? He's not scared because I'm eating beef. Little Fido is not even scared. He's just looking at me going, "Give me some." God damn, I'm hungry too. I've actually known people online that actually uh, uh, tell vegans that if you're gonna have a cat and you're gonna give them an all vegan diet, you're literally considering hurting the animal because there are certain dietary concepts for certain animals. Certain animals can only eat certain things, and there's a reason for that because their body has been um, pointed to a certain diet. Their entire existence goes to that. And why? Because that's how they lived in the wild, and that's how their adaptation carried over even in the time of domesticity. So, in other words, guys, if you're a vegan and you're telling me that your cat eats vegan alternatives, you're hurting the animal more than you think you are. And if the animal is okay, awesome. But I really doubt it. Again, when I'm gonna be honest, guys, that's why I sometimes feel like humans are nowhere near as perfect as we think we are. Because we are hypocrites at times. We can be. There's no doubt. We can be very much hypocrites. Either to ourselves, mostly to what we perceive as people that need our help, which is animals. And honestly, guys, animals don't give two shits. All we need to do is make sure they stick around for the next generation. Because let's face it, guys, there are people out there that we need to focus more on. And you want to know who what kind of morons we need to focus on? The fucking people that go around shooting elephants just for their tusks. The you know who I need to make sure that we need to put into circulation, and is the predators, the not just the you know I'm not talking about just Epstein kind of predators. Hell no. Of course, put them on the list. But I'm talking about the animal predators, the ones that, and I'm not talking about other animals. I'm talking about us people being basically the poachers, guys. I'm talking about the poachers. I think those people should never exist because, for one thing, there's a reason why there are certain animals that are dying out. Because animals are either being poached to extinction because of A, their coat, B, their bones, and C, for the most ridiculous reasons. It's like it's like some people going, "Hey, look, this charm is made from like it's like you go to a place and there's like you have something about this size and it's all carved out as of a uh, elephant's tusk, and it's just carved. That's all. That's all it is. Is just carved out of an elephant's tusk. It's like, well, this is made from elephant ivory. Oh, it's liquid gold. It's like, okay, first of all, it's not even liquid for one. Second, an elephant died, so you can carve "I love my mama" on a fucking. You're kidding, right? See, those are the people we need to put away, not the people that uh, have animals or eat animals. Because again, that's just survival. We just do it, unfortunately, at a higher degree. Point is, if you want to be active, think about the people that do more the harm, not the ones that are in industries. Yes, look more into industries. I feel like the United States have laxed on that. Like, oh my God, we really need to put more stipulations on companies and organizations because we have not done any of that in a long ass time, and there's a reason for that. Our actual government is not allowing it is because some politicians have stakes in said companies. That's why they put sanctions on. They look down on people that do. Um, that's why they look in. That's why they say it's like, well, I'm gonna look into this company. It's like, don't do that. And this company's fine. $10 says that he's at least a decent share. He has a pretty good share in that company. That's the real reason why they say don't look into this company, because they have someone they know invested in that company. Point is, guys, humanity isn't as loving as we perceive ourselves to be. We are the biggest bunch of hypocrites I'll ever see. The only people that I feel like are have any kind of right to be so nonchalant and like the most amazing people, and even then would be animals, because at least they don't hurt them their own kind under most circumstances. And or if they feel like they need to attack, they do it one on one most of the time. Humans, they have to bunch themselves up to create chaos and destruction. And it gets to the point where shooting each other down isn't enough. We have to create bombs so strong they take out a whole continent. See, now that, ladies and gentlemen, is the stupidest thing in the universe. And that is us. There's a reason why, if we ever did have aliens, like, actual ETs coming from, you know, whatever moon on whatever galaxy, there's a reason why they don't want to come down here. One, we're the tail end of a fucking nebula. Two, we are the Hicks of the universe. I'll tell you that right now. At least we're one of them, the Hicks of the universe on this side. We're we're not as special as we think we are. Three, would you want to visit someone that on a daily basis is known to blow themselves up every million years, give or take, and restart it over and over and over? Do you really want to be that kind of? You want to visit a species that does that on a daily, every other millennia? I know I don't. I'm just I'm just sad that I live here. Anyway, thank you for checking out my videos. Yes, I've gone out in all kinds of directions, but biggest takeaway, guys, if you believe that your lifestyle is the best, well, do me a favor. Don't have to shove it down my throat. Show us. Show us it's the best. Show us through your actions. Show us that you deserve that high horse. But don't try to shove it down my throat thinking that you're superior. Because, ladies and gentlemen, if you like your lifestyle and it's working for you, it's making you stronger, whatever, hey, good for you. Don't assume that I'm going to be in on it just because you say so. I'll go to your house, and if your in your household is vegan, I'll try it. I will. I'm gonna be honest, guys. I would try it. I'm very open when it comes to that shit. Like, somebody gives me some like a vegan burrito or something, and they'd say, hey, it's totally vegan, and I'm sitting there going, put some lettuce and some fruit on it. Fuck that shit. I mean, I'll scarf it down. And people say, well, we do fermented. I'm like, dude, I eat beans on a daily basis. My culture eats beans. So yeah, trust me, fermented anything is up my alley. Like, somebody gives me a whole thing of Japanese natto, which I know what it is. It's fermented beans. I'll eat it. Don't expect me to love it, but I'll eat it out of respect. See, now I show you respect. It's a two-way street, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta respect me. Next time we go to a restaurant, you're gonna eat the Cobb salad. Fine. I'll have I'll have something like a quesadilla, and at the minimum, I will try very hard not to eat anything beef related around you. Just don't try to say that I can't eat anything with cheese and other kind of dairy. Then we're gonna have a problem, because holy shit. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for checking out my videos. Please like, subscribe, comment down below, and hit that little bell icon. Know when I'm putting out next vid. And I appreciate the love from every deity that I know. I hope so. Just remember, not everybody is going to be as virtuous as you. And trust me, your dog Fido or your cat Fluffy, they'll only thank you for one thing and one thing only: for their next meal. And that's it. If anything, Fido will be happy if you take him out for a walk. Fluffy, maybe a scratch behind the ears. but don't expect them to love you for protecting them from being. Anyway, I'll see you guys in the next. Take care.